Now we will be doing the mission with our uncle. So let's go ahead and get that done. This will be a brand new place. We explore the Villa Auditore with Mario. Casa Dolce Casa.
So, tell me everything.
They executed father for treason. Federico and Petruccio too. They came for me.
Do you know why?
I have no answers, Uncle. Only a list of names taken from a man who wished me dead. Still can't believe they are gone.
Don't worry. We will make sense of this.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Come on, keep pace. We're almost there. I think you will find much to like in Monteriggioni.
I thought Monteriggioni was an enemy of Firenze.
For now. Next year it will be its friend, the year after its enemy again, and on and on. I can't keep track, so I have stopped trying. These are honest, hard-working people. Our shops may only carry simple goods, but they're well-made and dependable. There is a chapel here too. The apprentice is a nice enough fellow, but I've never been much of it, believe me.
Did you know the Villa Auditore is almost 200 years old? It was built by my great-grandfather, a strange man who carried all kinds of secrets. Keep your eyes open, and you might discover a few of them yourself.
With all the fighting that's been going on, this place has started to get a bit rough around the edges. I wish I could do something about it, but I just don't have the time or money to fix things up. Guess that's life, huh? Here we are, Casa Dolce Casa. So, what do you think?
It's most impressive, Uncle.
She's seen better days, I suppose. Believe me, I'd have her shining again if only I had the time. Now that you have had the tournament, you should go and outfit yourself. My men in the market are expecting you. Return here when you're finished, and we'll begin.
Begin? Begin what?
I thought you'd come here to drink.
No, Uncle. I came here to escape Firenze. And I intend to take my family further still.
But what about your father? He'd want you to finish his work.
What work? My father was a banker.
Wait, he did not tell you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ma che me combini, Giovanni? Where to even begin? Go and fetch the gear in the market. It will give me time to think. But that's that. We'll talk more later.
Some spending money should you need it. And if you find yourself in need of rest, I've prepared a room for you on the top floor of the villa.
Okay. So we got even more money. Visit the blacksmith. I can definitely do that. But first I'm gonna hop up here. Okay. And I will... There it is. So go ahead and hop up here. Synchronize Monteriggioni. And let's see here. Alright. That's all I gotta do there. Now there is some... Now you are able... A cool thing about this particular spot in the game, in Monteriggioni, you can actually upgrade this mansion. As you can see, it's just beautiful. And you can actually upgrade it. I think that's in here with the architect. No? Okay, never mind. I guess I'll have to be able to do that later. From this, you go to this pedestal, right? No? I don't fucking know. Oh well. I can't fully remember what this is pointing to. I want to say... Great, my battery's gonna die. I want to say that it leads to that board, but I'm also wanting to say it's something to do upstairs. No, it's that board. It's gotta be that board, right? What's up here? portraits and shit. Okay. Ah, there's a chest. I will take that. I will definitely take that. Okay. Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, this is, I believe this is where you fix the town and fortify shit and add like bandits and courtesans and all that stuff. This is, I mean, in a sense, this is basically your base of operations during the game. But we will go down here, go do what we need to do, which is over here. Buy a pair of greaves and a dagger. Let's go to the shop. Armor, leather greaves. Well, I can see that things are going to get really expensive in this game. One second, everyone. My controller's gonna die, and I'm just trying to plug it up, but life wants to bring me down. There we go. Right. So I got this plugged up. We are ready to go. Let's go and buy these greaves. We go to small weapons and buy the dagger.
I hope. And please, come back often.
So everything else is pretty much, yeah, you can access your hidden blade, your sword, your dagger. You can throw money to attract the crowds. Got your fists and your potions over to the left. You can add things as you go. I think, yeah, those are the only things that you can access at the moment. Which is unfortunate, but hey, you know, that's how it's gotta be. Buy medicine. Carry supplies, medicine. Add a total. Medicine's very cheap.
You'll soon feel much better, friend.
Okay, so blacksmith and doctors. Okay, so to the left to do the medicine. Casa Dolce Casa, synced. Alright, so let's go up here. And if I'm not mistaken, that's where you learn some moves and stuff from Mario. You can train. Open your inventory to manage your items and equipment. Here's the inventory. You got your armor, different spots of your body, and then got your weapons. You got the hidden blade, your dagger, your common sword, your fists, and an empty. Your supplies, your items, codec pages, statuettes, feathers. Basically your collectibles in a way. Yeah, they kind of do. But now you also have your outfits, which I only have that particular one. Let's go do this mission here.
Don't worry. We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know.
Yeah, no, I don't have a camera. I've never really picked up the PlayStation camera or the PlayStation Move. I'm planning on getting the PlayStation VR headset here sometime. I don't know when, but plan on getting that, and I think I have to have the camera and the Move for that.
Salute, uncle. I did as you asked.
And quickly too, ben fatto. Now, let's teach you how to fight.
No. As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio, you barely held your own against Vieri. You won't survive a week on the road. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself. If not for me, for your mother and sister.
Fine.
Up to me.
But as far as a way out, yeah, I am planning on playing that, by the way. I actually 35 for me. Okay. Yeah, I have a way out coming on the way, so we can definitely get that going when it gets here.
Dancing around it, I suppose. Your father was an assassin.
I told you before. My father was a paper pusher.
Bene, I've taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
All this talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Like something from an old parchment covered in arcane writing, perhaps?
Oh, me too.
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I think you have the codex page holding a flash.
Codex?
See, a guide to the inner workings of the order. It's origin.
I'm definitely stoked about it too.
Our creed, if you will. Your father believed the codex contained a powerful secret.
I haven't been able to play it because
Your mama can't help you. Ma che cosa aspetti? Fatti sotto.
You're making fine progress, Ezio. Today I'm going to teach you how to position yourself in battle. Where you stand and how you move can make all the difference.
there's a flying glitch?
Don't think I haven't seen you picking apart my life.
Like your character flies?
Yes, my father was an assassin. But why the need for such secrecy?
Are you familiar with the Templars? One of several knightly orders formed during the Crusades.
I didn't know that. I'll have to look that up because I've never actually. I don't think I've really ever tried to glitch the game. Fuck you gonna do, Mario?
Well done, Nipote. You've really come.
Did you just call me Nipple?
Thank you, uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family. Such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave, Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine. Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
I don't think you go to Spain in this game, though. I think you kind of stay in a general area around, you know, Monteriggioni is like, I think your only really main spot. I don't remember going to Spain in this game. I can't wait to start building up this town, though.
Where is everyone?
They ride for San Gimignano to slay that snake, Vieri.
I wish to join them. You'll find what you need at the stables.
Okay. Oh, that's not where I want to go. Is this inside the house? No. Yes. Wait. What's this? I don't, is it me? It's not on top of the house, is it? Like, is it upstairs? I'm so confused. I'm getting confuzzed. Oh, it's this bitch.
Ezio, look at her. I still can't get her to talk. She spends all day and night in front of those feathers Petruchio used to collect. She can't let them go. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry. She'll come back to us. I know it.
Well, I would expect her to be in a state of shock. Like, almost her entire family just got annihilated by bullshit. I'd be a little pissed too. I ain't putting those feathers in there yet, though. Alright. Guess we go down to the stables. I don't care. Okay, so horse. Hello. Wow, look at that horse run.
Hey, hey!
Alright, to Tuscany.
Leave this place!
Alrighty, another fucking town. I am not supposed to be in there. That's a tree. That's a person. That's not, this is not a car.
Ezio, what are you doing here?
Taking responsibility. Vieri troubles you because of me.
Vieri troubles us because he's a Templar, and we are assassins.
Either way, I wish to help.
Va bene. Then listen close. First, we must find a way inside the city, though it seems Vieri expects us.
Well,
He has sealed
duh.
the gates and sent his men to guard them. Fortunately for us, the city is larger than its host. The southern gate suffers for it, so this is where we'll strike. Pronti?
Oh, okay, yeah, I really would like to do this. But having a cavalry at my side, I really don't feel like this is going to be very stealthy. God, you guys run so fucking
Right,
slow.
Ezio. Here's how it is going to work. My men and I will distract the guards. Once we have engaged them, get yourself over the wall and find a way to open the gates. Take
Okay.
these throwing knives. Use them to dispatch the archers.
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us begin.
Well,
Al attacco!
Ala Taco. Ala Taco! Activate the lever. You don't see me. I'm not here. I'm not here. Look the other way. You just... I'm just gonna go ahead and kill you. Okay, then I'll just go behind the wall where you don't see me and start losing interest. I pick option 3. This is a waste of my time. Am I like drawing no other attention? Seriously? Like the town's small enough you feel like you'd see that guy just get assassinated. I'm not kidding either. I feel like that would be a thing. I feel like citizens would just be like, oh, guard just died. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck? Oh, okay. Whatever. Are you really not concerned with me killing your dude right in front of your face? Ala Taco!
Well done, Ezio. We're in.
That's right. Allah Akbar Taco!
I want you to distract those guards and keep them from raising the alarm. Hopefully it will buy me enough time to find and silence Vieri.
Va bene.
Wait, Nipote. Take a few of my men with you, just to be safe. Come join
So-
me once they're dealt with.
So why can't I just send... I can send your...
But something has him on edge. How else to explain all the patrols?
I'll signal again when you fall in.
Instead, he's turned this into nursemaid.
I think... There we go, yeah.
Go.
Keeping his mouth
I was gonna say, I knew I could do that. That's not gonna happen. Ah, fuck. Alright. Am I supposed to be down there killing him? Yeah, I guess so. Here I was trying to be all stealthy and fucking cool about it. Oh, I can't do air assassinations yet? Well, that sucks. I legit cannot. Oh my god. Never turn your back to an assassin. Never turn your back to an assassin. You were not trained very well, were you? He just lets it happen. Like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna get stabbed anyway. I almost don't even want to kill you myself. But I feel like I need to. Alright, get to Santa Maria Assunta. I like really want that. Come on. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. There you go. There you go. Atta girl. Come on. I'm gonna just skip on the wall. See? Swing that leg. Come on. There you go. Synchronized bullshit. Thought there was a way you can skip it, but they're not letting me do it. Okay.
Does something ail you, friend?
You mean like you could take over 20 hits with like 20 hits by the enemy AI before you die? That's That's interesting. That's okay. Okay, so how am I supposed to get the fuck over there? It's not available, but you want me to fucking okay, whatever. I guess we got a specific route, but you don't like let me know what that. Oh, really, really. Oh, this is actually a part. Okay, I'm just like, is this? Am I supposed to talk to him? Like, isn't he dead? Oh fuck! Come on. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna go back up because I'm about to like kill a whole bunch of people, but still, you know. Just one at a time. Just bring them on in. The dumbest AI in the world next to GTA AI. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Oh, really? Okay. You're dead.
Stay here. Segway.
I'm saying, let me fucking kill him. There you go.
It seems my plan is something of a snap. Yeri's men ambushed us, and now we've got our hands full. My brothers and I will deal with these guards. I want you to go on ahead and root out that snake. See that justice is served.
See that justice is served? Alright, find Vieri de Pazzi. I shall do so. I shall do so. But I am going to grab this chest. Right.
The past, a vast web of connections and interconnections, all ruled by chance. Or is it?
Okay. Synchronize. That is more loot.
Nothing here for you.
Nothing at all. What if I want what's in there? I'm gonna take it just because you said that.
On him!
You're exactly the enemy.
Bro, listen.
I'm a soldier, not a spider.
Alright. Let's do it.
It's settled. Vieri, you will remain here to coordinate the mercenary. Francesco will organize our forces in the city and send word when it's time to strike. Jacopo, your job is to calm the citizens once the deed is done.
What of that ubriacone Mario? He continues to harass my forces, and I fear he'll discover what we intend.
He's always been trouble. Just like that bastardo brother of his.
Then let me reunite them, father.
There will be plenty of time to clean up the refute you have. Now, is there anything
Oh, this fucking guy. Is that Borgia?
Muy bien. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Comandante! Comandante!
What?
Mario Auditore has invaded the city. He comes for you.
Then let's not keep him waiting.
Assassinate Vieri the Pazzi. It's up top of there.
There! No, you don't.
Come on, bitch.
Fear not, Ezio. I'll make sure your death comes quick.
Don't lose him!
That's how I say fuck you, bitch.
What are you and your allies planning? Is this what my father discovered? Is this why he was killed?
I'm sorry. Were you hoping for a confession?
Pezzo di merda! Vorrei solo che avesse sofferto di più! Hai avuto la fine che meritavi! Spero che
Enough, Ezio! Show some respect.
Respect? After all that's happened, do you think he would have shown either of us such kindness?
You are not Fieri. Do not become him. Che la morte ti dia le pace che cercavi. Requiesca in pace. Take this. Read it when you have the time. Our work here is finished. Let us return to the villa.
Okay. Well then. I really want to jump off of it while I'm going through midair because I know it's going to do that fucking thing. Is it now? Yeah. Assassin's Creed 2 in VR.
A weekly bleeding is...
So I think this is where he's gonna want to train me or some shit.
And here he is, our campione Ezio.
Oh, hey, Ezio! I see you've wasted no time starting the celebration.
And why not? You've done us a great service, Nipote. With Vieri dead, La Toscana will grow quiet once more. Do you know what that means?
Basta lavorare.
Si passa tutto il giorno a bere.
E a puttane! What? It's true!
Come, Ezio, walk with me.
Yes, uncle.
Learn about the villa and discover the codex pages hidden there.
The Pazzi answer to another. Spaniard.
He is Rodrigo Borgia, one of the most powerful men in all of Europe, and leader of the Templar Order.
Which makes him responsible for the murder of my father and brothers.
Yes, and he will kill you too, given the chance.
Then I must stand against him if I wish to be free. But not until every other Templar has fallen to my blade. Father's list will guide me.
Where will you go next?
Firenze. Francesco de Pazzi will share the fate of his son.
A sensible next step. No doubt he intends evil for the city. All right, that's enough grim talk for one night. I'll be in my study if you need me.
I shall read the letter my uncle gave me.
Messer Francesco, I have done as requested and spoken with your son. I agree with your assessment, though only in part. Yes, Vieri is brash and prone to act without forethought. And he has a habit of treating the mercenari like playthings. I have received reports of at least 3 men being disfigured as a result. But I do not think him, as you put it, beyond repair. Rather, I believe the solution to be a simple matter. He seeks your approval, your attention. These outbursts of his are a result of insecurities, born of a sense of inadequacy. He speaks of you often and fondly, and expresses a desire to be closer to you. So, if he is loud and foul and angry, I believe it is simply because he wants to be noticed. He wants to be loved. Act as you see fit on the information I've given you. But I must ask that we end this correspondence. worry to discover the nature of our conversations. I fear what might become of me. Yours in confidence, Fra Giocondo.
Okay. So I'm going to take this time to go to the database and see some of the recent entries. So we have the doctors, thieves, courtesans, blacksmiths, banks, tailors, and art merchants, mercenaries, contacts, Mario, Auditore, Paola, Annetta, Petruccio Auditore, Claudia Auditore, Leonardo da Vinci, Maria Auditore, Giovanni Auditore, Cristina Vespucci, Federico Auditore, and Ezio Auditore. Targets so far, we have Vieri de Pazzi and Uberto Alberti. Locations, I guess that would be considered the new ones. So we have the, so let's see what we got here. We had Firenze at first. I'll go ahead and I can read these. Founded by Julius Caesar in 59 BCE, Florentia, as it was called by the Romans, quickly became a center of commerce. After the sacking of Rome in the 5th century, the Ostrogoths took over. Under their rule, the city was constantly under attack from the Byzantines, who sent the population level below 1,000. The Lombards came to power in the 6th century, ending the Byzantine assaults. Florence grew to a population of 80,000 in the 14th century, of which 25,000 were working in the wool industry. In 1378, a major revolt of the lower class led to the wool combers rising up and seizing the government of the city. Their progressive radical democracy lasted for less than 2 months before 2 months before the upper classes seized control once more, but the revolt so terrified the rich that a century later it was still discussed in hushed tones, much as the 1960s hippie movement is today. The Albizzi family became the de facto rulers after the revolt, worried about the rise of the Medici family, who were newly rich bankers rapidly gaining influence in Florence. Maso and Rinaldo Albizzi imprisoned Cosimo de' Medici and exiled him in 1433. But Cosimo gained influence behind the scenes and rose to power in 1434, exiling the entire Albizzi family except for Luca, who had been loyal to Cosimo. Luca Albizzi joined the Signoria, the ruling body of Florence, as Gonfaloniere, I don't know what the fuck that was, succeeding Cosimo's old friend Ilaria Auditore in 1442. Under the Medici family, which built impressive buildings, public buildings, and supported such luminaries as Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Botticelli, the Renaissance began with Florence securely at its center. We got San Giovanni District. San Giovanni was named after Saint John the Baptist, the patron saint of Florence. It is the oldest area of the city and the center of administration, encompassing the Palazzo della Signoria. If big churches are your thing, head to Santa Maria del Fiore on the northern edge. It's the one with the gigantic dome. Ponte Vecchio. This famous bridge spans the Arno at its narrowest point. The original version was presumably constructed by the Romans, but the first written records only appear in 996. 2 previous incarnations of the bridge were swept away in floods before the present structure was built in 1345. A tower was built at the southeast corner to defend it. The bridge consists of 3 segmental arches. It has always had shops lining the central passageway, a feature which seems extraordinary but now was a common during the Renaissance. At first, butchers took up residence there, but over time, they were pushed out by jewelers, souvenir shops, and creepy teenagers chaining locks to the bridge's railing and throwing the keys into the river in a bid for eternal love, not realizing that the locks will be cut off later that day and by disgruntled policia. Everlasting indeed. I don't know what that was. Santa Trinita, or Trinita, I don't know. Constructed over an existing church in 1258, Santa Trinita, Holy Trinity, is known for its Sassetti Chapel, which is decorated with frescoes of the life of Saint Francis by Domenico Ghirlandaio, a painter most famous for his brief role as one of Michelangelo's teachers. Santa Trinita was the mother church of the Vallombrosan order of monks, a very serious group that strictly enforced both poverty and silence for life. Despite the beauty of the St. Trinita frescoes, very few Vallombrosan monks are likely to have seen them on account of the fact that the monks received beatings for going outside their monasteries. Casa di Vespucci, built by a distant great uncle of the famous Amerigo Vespucci in 1350. The relatively unpresumptuous Vespucci residence is noted for displaying the first painted facade in Florence, a style that was later done to death in the Oltrarno district. Palazzo Auditore. Completed in 1473, the Palazzo Auditore is notable for its rusticated stonework and Roman pilasters. Giovanni Auditore designed the palazzo himself, based on initial sketches by Leon Battista Alberti. Once built, the palazzo became a fixture of the Santa Maria Novella district. Lorenzo de' Medici mentioned in a letter addressed to Giovanni, dated 1474, that he admired the facade's lack of ostentation. Giotto's Campanile. Begun by Giotto di Bondone, the famous architect and painter, in 1334, this famous Gothic bell tower was incomplete when Giotto died. Andrea Pisano took over and then in 1348 was felled by the Black Death. In 1359, the tower was completed by Francesco Talenti, who deviated from Giotto's plan in his design of the upper 3 levels. He enlarged each floor to match the previous according to perspective. So, when seen from below, all 3 floors seem to be exactly the same size. The tower is clad with white marble from Carrara, red marble from Siena, and green marble from Prato. It takes exactly 414 steps to reach the top, perhaps predicting Charles Messier's discovery of the Whirlpool Galaxy exactly 414 years later, or perhaps not. Santa Maria del Fiore. One of Italy's largest churches and the largest landmark in Florence, Santa Maria del Fiore is considered by many to be the first masterpiece of Renaissance architecture. Although the church was designed by Arnolfo di Cambio in 1296, the dome was not started until the beginning of the 15th century. With Cambio long dead, None of the architects at that time had any idea how to construct such an enormous structure, since the use of buttresses was forbidden in Florence and mortar took several days to set. But all was not lost. In an amazing comeback story, Filippo Brunelleschi, an architect who had been defeated in an earlier bid to design the baptistery doors, won the competition to build the dome. He beat out Lorenzo Ghiberti, the same artist he had lost to before. Brunelleschi invented machines to hoist the bricks needed for the dome up to the workers and was able to construct the entire dome without using centering, a support structure to hold the dome in place while bricks were laid. Containing over 4 million bricks, the dome was completed in 1436. The lantern was added after Brunelleschi's death in 1446 and supposedly contains holy relics. However, there were several rumors that, in fact, an entire tomb of unknown origin is located inside. Bottega di Leonardo e Frenzi. Leonardo da Vinci opened his own studio after completing his apprenticeship to Verrocchio, one of the most successful Florentine artists of the day. Between 1476 and 1481, Leonardo probably continued to collaborate with Verrocchio, although no one is quite sure what he was working on. In 1481, he was given his first commission by the monks of San Donato Escopito to paint the Adoration of the Magi. In true Da Vinci style, he began the painting but never finished it. Palazzo della Signoria. Arnolfo di Cambio designed the Palazzo della Signoria, as known as the Palazzo Vecchio, in 1299 for the rulers of Florence, the Signoria. The Signoria was made up of 9 members, or Priori, selected by the city's guilds, 2 from each district, and a Gonfalonier of Justice. Members were supposed to be chosen by lot, but once the Medici family took power, only their friends seemed to end up in the drawing. Government by the people, right? Interesting fact, the tower in front is off-center because it was incorporated into the palazzo from an earlier structure. It contains 2 small cells, one of which was used to imprison Cosimo de' Medici. Loggia dei Lanzi. Built between 1376 and 1382 by Benci de Sion and Simone de Francesco Talenti, the Loggia dei Lanzi was created to provide a covering for the swearing in of the members of the Signoria, the rulers of Florence. In the 16th century, the Medici had a private balcony constructed on top, making it clear to the city of Florence who was really in charge. San Marco District. In the late 1400s, most of the city's construction went on in San Marco. Important landmarks include the Church of Santo Croce and the Palazzo Medici. La Rosa Cotta. Rebecca 84. Rebecca 84. One of those strange glyphs Sean mentioned is on this landmark. You should go find it. Oh, okay. Opened in 1465, La Rosa Cotta, the plucked rose, quickly became essential to Florentine life. The women there were known for being upper class. They were educated in poetry and arts as well as sexual intercourse. It was not rare to see members of the Signoria at La Rosa Cotta, and even on occasion a Medici. Palazzo Medici. Completed in 1455 by Cosimo de' Medici's live-in whatever architect Michelozzo di Bartolomeo Michelozzi. The It's a long fucking name, dude. The Palazzo Medici was constructed as a private residence of the Medici family. It was designed according to the values of humanism, the dominant ideology of the Renaissance, which attempts to engage the viewer with structures built on a more human scale. At least that's the theoretical ideology of the Palazzo. But the effect goes something more like this. The outside is foreboding and keeps people out. If the facade could talk, it seems to be saying, "Get back. You do not belong here. You were not important enough to enter." In contrast, the interior courtyard, which only the Medici and their guests saw, has none of the exterior's hard edges. It's full of luscious, curving, rounded arches. Like a wedding cake, it says, "You've arrived. Welcome to paradise." In fact, Cosimo both approved the courtyard and rejected an earlier architectural plan by Brunelleschi that would have led to a more open facade. He wanted a Medici fortress inside Florence. Santa Croce. The largest Franciscan church in the world, the Basilica di Santa Croce, contains frescoes by Giotto and a chapel in the cloister designed by Filippo Brunelleschi that is considered one of the masterpieces of Renaissance architecture. According to St. Francis and the Franciscans' reading of the Bible, Christ told his followers to take a vow of poverty, and he said to them, "Take nothing for your journey, neither staff, nor scrip, nor bread, nor money. Neither have two coats." So, how did a sect of Catholicism that held a vow of poverty as one of its core values own such a posh church? Well, in 1322, the Pope declared that the Franciscans' vow of poverty was illegal, and Christ had, in fact, owned property and wanted his followers to own property. This meant, of course, that Franciscans were forced to collect money and land, which would in turn go to the Pope, proving that biblical interpretation can be surprisingly profitable, especially if you're the Pope. Ospedale degli Innocenti. Designed by Filippo Brunelleschi and opened in 1445, the Ospedale degli Innocenti, Hospital of the Innocents, was an orphanage for unwanted babies. Apparently, the Florentines were a feisty bunch, since it was the first of its kind in Europe. Babies were typically abandoned in a basin in the front, although later transactions were facilitated by the introduction of a rotating horizontal wheel, which moved infants into the building without the parents being seen. Some parents weren't just ejecting their love child, they were making money off them. Many a mother abandoned her baby in order to be hired by the hospital as a wet nurse, so she could be paid to feed her own child. Boys were tutored in various professions by the hospital's staff, while girls were usually trained to become nuns or wives. Okay. Then we got Tuscany. So we'll go ahead and do that. Got Monteriggioni. Built in the 13th century by the overlords of Siena, Monteriggioni was actively involved in the defense of Tuscany against Florentine attempts to gain more territory. At the front of this conflict was the Auditore family, who became the city's ruler and protectors. It was the Auditore who constructed Monteriggioni's famous walls, which can still be seen today. Although standing in opposition to Florentine desires, the Auditore had cordial relations with the Medici family, largely due to their collective Florentine roots. Monteriggioni successfully withstood attacks from Florence until in 1554 the city was betrayed. Giovanni Zetti, the keeper of the garrison and a Florentine exile, was allowed to return to Florence in exchange for the keys to the city. Extraordinarily, the Auditore were allowed to continue their rule of Monteriggioni under Florentine leadership, showing that the Medici do not forget their friends. Villa Auditore. Constructed in 1290, the Villa Auditore is an important medieval predecessor to early Renaissance architecture. The villa's wonderful symmetry and ordered geometry were a revelation for its time. Not only concerned with aesthetics, Domenico Auditore, Ezio's Auditore's great-grandfather, designed his home to double as a fortress and training ground, looking out both over the city and it protects over the city that it protects and the Tuscan plains. After a Florentine attack in 1320 left the facade damaged, the present facade was erected and a painting gallery was added to the interior. D'Amencio was more than just an architect and a warrior. He was also a skilled engineer. Recently discovered hidden compartments and rooms with mechanisms blocking entry are several unique features of the building that make it a technological marvel as well as an architectural one. San Gimignano. Named after Saint Geminianus, who was supposedly conjured up a dense fog to save the city of Modena from Attila the Hun, San Gimignano was founded in the 3rd century. The city grew from the 10th century onward as a stopping point along the pilgrimage route to Rome. In 1199, once its citizens grew wealthy, San Gimignano separated from the bishops of Volterra and became self-governing. The city's distinctive towers were created as its wealthy citizens completed to display how much money was actually in their pockets. In its heyday, the city had 72 towers, but the plague of 1348 decimated San Gimignano. Without money for upkeep, the town started to fall apart. The council appealed to Florence, and Florence took control. Torre Rognazza. Connected to the 13th century Palazzo Vecchio del Podesta, the Torre Rognazza rises 51 meters above San Gimignano. Podesta, power in English, was the title given to the appointed head of many Italian cities. The Palazzo Vecchio was the residence of the Podesta of San Gimignano for about 100 years until 1337. He moved across the square into the Palazzo Comunale. Why would the Podesta simply abandon tradition like that? Perhaps because the Palazzo Comunale has the largest tower in San Gimignano. Tower envy. Do not underestimate it as a force for change. Palazzo Comunale. Palazzo Comunale, San Gimignano's town hall, was built as the seat of the municipal government in 1288. As befits the city of towers, one of the council's earliest acts inside their new home was to construct the Torre Grossa on top. The Podesta took up residence at the Palazzo Comunale in 1337. Santa Maria Assunta. Referred to as the Duomo by locals, even though it doesn't deserve the title because the town has no bishop, Santa Maria Assunta was built in the 12th century. Shockingly, it has no tower, although in San Gimignano, the city of towers, such an act of celibacy coming from a church was probably a smart move. Torre del Diavolo. Probably built for medieval defense, the Torre del Diavolo once had a walkway as its summit. The wooden spikes around the top held the boards of a walkway in place. Depending upon who you ask, the name the Devil's Tower comes from either the fact that so there's a typo, once struck the tower, or that the original owner left on a trip only to come back and find it slightly higher than when he left. got the documents and shit, but it's not super important, I guess. Yeah, no text. And there's the letters. But yeah. Alright. So I gotta read a letter. I thought I just did that shit. I was reading a whole bunch of other shit. Shit. Documents. Letters.
My love, I put these thoughts to paper in the hope that I might one day have the courage to share them with you. In time, you'll no doubt learn that I betrayed Giovanni, labeled him a traitor, and sentenced him to die. History will likely judge this to have been a matter of politics and greed. No, it was not hate that forced my hand, but fear. When the Medici robbed us of all we own, I found myself afraid. For you, for our son, for the future. What hope in this world for a man without proper means? They offered me money, land, and title in exchange for my collaboration. And so this is how I came to betray my closest friend. However unspeakable the act, it seemed necessary at the time. And even now, looking back, I see no other way.
Okay. I might as well try to put the feathers in there now. Oh wait, that's not the feathers. That's upstairs. I don't wanna.
Look familiar?
Oh, they're codex pages.
Yes. Your father managed to find and translate a few before he...
Here.
This is not your father's work. Someone else has translated it.
Leonardo da Vinci, a friend.
Do you see the way the words cross from one page to the next?
There is something underneath it all. Some kind of map. Where is it supposed to lead?
Your father and I managed to make out bits of a prophecy scrawled across these pages. It was written by an assassin like us, who long ago held a piece of Eden. His name was Altair.
Oh yeah.
He spoke of something powerful and ancient hidden beneath the land.
What is it?
What indeed? Solving that little mystery is exactly why we collected these pages.
Then let me help. Each time I take on my father's work. All of it. Start with the page I took from Vieri. Leonardo will decode it for us.
Bene. Return here when time permits, and we'll add it to the wall.
Okay. Reach the villa's viewpoint. Alright, so I will do that then. Which kind of sucks, because I already spent time climbing this motherfucker. So he's half retarded. Come on, Netsia. Be smart. Okay. Oh, fuck. This codex page bullshit.
I think you must have mistaken me for someone else.
Oh, come on.
But no need for such hostility.
Ubisoft Club. What the fuck is that? I never even noticed it was here. That's badass, dude. I'll have to check that out. I don't understand. It's got to be up in one of the towers then. I guess I'll try for the towers. Oops. Where's the other fucking one, dude? I do not have the patience for this shit. Are you shitting me? It's not even in this fucking spot. This is bullshit. That's bullshit. That's really annoying. Okay, you're pissing me off. I spent about 20 minutes looking for that fucking shit. And it's not even in there. It's right here. Get the fuck off the horse. Oh, I found the other fucking codex page. A change of plans. Go check on Claudia. 5 of 100 feathers. Goddamn. Seriously.
Salute, Claudia.
Our uncle is un mostro. This is outrageous.
What's happened?
He's making me work. If Father was here, I'd never be stuck behind a desk like this.
And what are the terms of this supposed enslavement?
Since someone decided we're going to stay here, Zio Mario suggested we try and find the money to repair the villa. Problem is, there isn't any.
I bet I can bring in some money.
Oh, great. More work for me. Well, thank you. If you start paying for improvements to the town, I'll keep track of them in this book. And since I have nothing better to do, I'll also make note of any objects you bring in from the outside. If you actually get this place up and running, travelers might visit and spend money. Although I doubt anyone will want to come this far out of the city. But if they do, I'll keep the money we make in this chest. You're going to have to show up to take it to the bank yourself. Because when it gets full, I'm just going to take the extra cash for myself. Capito?
Deal.
Alright, so completion 1%. You have the shops, renovations, collections, equipment, chest income, and the value. Okay. Well, so that's a total of 1,615 out of so 161 each 20 minutes. Okay. Now store the villa's income in a chest next to it. Come often to collect the money from this chest. I will just check. Nothing, okay. So, oh, I finally get to do it. Alright, cool.
Buongiorno. There's something wrong.
Messer Mario hired me to deal with this mess, but I'm an architetto, not a miracle worker. Without money, I can't fix any of these buildings.
And if someone brought you money?
Then we'd be in business. You must be Serezio. Am I right?
Uncle, I like this architetto.
He gets very observant when he can stand much.
If you want to fix up this town, I'm going to need it. I have a price list here for new shops and renovations. Just bring me gold, make a choice, and I'll begin at once. If I build you a shop, you, as the landlord, can purchase goods there at lower rates. If you invest more money in the shop, you get an even greater discount. As for renovations, well, you'll be bringing the town and villa back to life. As Ser Mario tells me, that was very important to your great-great-grandfather. Plus, when you buy shops and renovations, you'll be increasing the number of people who visit, causing your income to increase. So, let's take a look, shall we?
so the bank, I just want to increase that, which increases the city's value. Blacksmith, I already have 5% off all purchases at the blacksmith. And the bank, just pretty much increase the city's value. Doctors, 5%. Tailor, no percent. Art, no percent. I'm gonna go ahead and do real quick. I'm gonna increase the more value of the city. I'm gonna bring the brothel out. Or renovate the brothel. And you know who doesn't like the fuck? The mines. I'm gonna wait on that for a minute because then I'm gonna want to go down there and check it out. Renovate the church, which will be, I guess, the last thing we renovate. Alright, so we have 1,972 florins left, which is not enough to do any of these, so I will. It's enough to do that. Oh wait, what am I doing? So I guess I'll be doing just to say fuck it. Now I have 5% off all purchases at the tailor. Cool. So should renovate the buildings at Montergione. This will increase the city's income. Go speak with Mario in his office. I can certainly do that shit. Okay, so I guess no florins right now. Alright, so
Ezio, my boy. I think it's time I showed you something.
oh, this is where he's nice. This is where he's gonna show us the tomb or whatever it is. I think it has that really cool, badass outfit that I've always wanted, that I've never actually gotten.
This is the sanctuary. It was built by my great-grandfather to honor the memory of the Assassin Order and protect its secrets. Look around. These are the assassins who guarded the freedom of humanity when it was most threatened. And this is the armor of Altair. Little is known about Altair's life, but his armor is light and very strong. I'd give it to you, but I don't know how to retrieve it. My great-grandfather told me it would remain locked away until all its protectors were made whole. I heard rumors of crypts located throughout Italia, hidden tombs filled with treasure, where these six were moved centuries ago. Maybe they have something to do with it. In my younger days, I sought the six myself, with no success. Perhaps you will have better luck.
In order to achieve perfect synchronization with Ezio, you have to get that armor.
Well, shit. So there's a statue of each one of these that I have to get, and it'll release these locking mechanisms, so that way I can get. And there's a statue of Altair back there, where I can get his armor, which I would love to fucking have. The grate is fixed in place by 6 lux. And each of these assassins' statues, again, has a statue that itself, or whatever, that I have to get, I think. I mean, sorry, no, it's not a statue, it's like an emblem that I have to get for each statue. So we got, each of these, I guess, were assassins. So you got Kulan Gal, Darius. This right here is Wei Yu. There's Altair. This is Amunet. This right here is Iltani. And this is Leonius. Leonius. But let's see here. That'll be about it for this video, guys. Thank you for anybody that watched my first live stream ever. I really appreciate everything, and I will see you all in my next one. Peace.